Hunty! Welcome back to Way of Yao. My name is Mother Yao and it is a pleasure to see you all. Now, looking at the title of this video, you will see that we are going to be doing a full face using products that we got in PR or products that I got from, you know, beauty events. Basically all products that I got for free and stuff like that. But before we get into that, I really hope you guys enjoyed my previous video, the Mother Mondays video, where basically Mother comes every Monday and gives one of you guys, you know, my opinions or advice on a particular dilemma that you send me via email. So we are doing that every single Monday. If you haven't checked that video out, make sure to go and check that video out. And if any of you guys watching me now would like to send in your dilemma, your question, if you need some advice on a particular topic that's going on in your life, whatever it may be, make sure to send me that to my email address, which will be here. So before we get fully into this tutorial, I would urge you guys to please hit that subscribe button if you're not already a part of the family. Come and join Mother. It is hard over here and we serve face, we serve advice, we serve looks, we serve hair tips, all of the above. So get into the tea, sis. And don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy watching this video. It just shows that, you know, you support me and that you enjoyed watching the video, and it really helps to rank it higher to show that it is, you know, a liked video. And another thing that I need to tell you guys, I haven't been telling you guys, is that you need to make sure you're hitting that notification bell, because I know that a lot of guys do not receive my notifications that Mother Yao has uploaded, so you don't even know the video's there to watch it and show that support. So make sure to hit that notification bell so that you know every single time I upload. That would mean the absolute world to me. And now we are gonna get into the video. So here I've basically just got a box of stuff that I've got either in PR or something that I got from a beauty event. So any queen knows that you start off with the eyes. I always start off with my eyes before getting into base. If I do base, then when I do the eyes, because I like really pigmented eyeshadow, there's usually a little bit of fallout and it goes on the base, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to remove and clean up. So do the eyes first and do the base second. You know what I mean? First base, second base. So for my eyeshadow base, I'm going to be using these Colourpop No Filter concealers. This is in the shade Deep Dark 52 and this white one is Fair 00. I'm just going to dot those on the eyelid. I would usually just use one shade, but I feel as though the brown one would probably be a little bit too dark, because I really want that colour to pop up on the eyelid, and mix it in with a bit of that white. And to be honest with you, I've never used these as an eyeshadow base before, so this is literally taking a stab in the dark. I don't actually know how cute this is going to look. Let's just hope for the best. Also guys, I am getting ready for an event later on. I'm supposed to be going to the La Mercier launch. They're launching, I actually don't know what they're launching, but it says that it's a glowy launch, so I'm assuming it's some sort of a highlighting product or something like that. I'm thinking that I quite like these concealers as a base actually. I'm not mad about that, that's actually kind of cute. It's definitely going to help those shadows to pop all the way up on the eyelid, you understand? Now usually I would set my base with some translucent powder, however, I don't know if you guys have seen the trend, but all the girls seem to be not setting it and instead just going straight on with eyeshadow. So I think I'm going to give that a go, see what I think. I can already see the concealer is creasing a little bit, which is normal for a concealer on the eyelid. This is the OPV eyeshadow palette, Rainbow Splash. Love the colours of this palette. If any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you would know that I put up a poll asking if you wanted me to review this or if you wanted me to review the MUA Life's a Drag Lunar Beauty palette. That is a whole sentence, right? But yeah, I asked you if you wanted to see that, and a lot of you guys actually voted for this palette here. I thought you were going to vote for the Manny one, but then I remembered, you know, there's a lot going on at the moment, and a lot of people actually DM'd me and were like, yeah, Manny's cancelled, this, that and the third, and I was like, okay, sorry. I'm going to get into this palette, but I will try my best to get around to using that palette sometime in the future. But for this tutorial, we will be using this palette here. This is what it looks like. Absolutely stunning. You get 5, 10, 15, you get 20 shades. Girl, that is actually beautiful. And what I love about OPV is that whenever they get something new, they always send it to me, which is absolutely gorgeous. And look, they've got a mirror as well. When I see that a brand includes a mirror, that is what really makes my day. It really makes my day when I see they have a mirror. I'm gonna hold this up for a second and let you guys guess what colour I'm gonna go into first. I don't even know myself. So let's have a look. Girl, I'm gonna go in to Intense first, which is this beautiful turquoise shade down here. You get a nice amount of pigment. I can already tell that this is gonna be stunning. Pigment is definitely there. You get a little bit of kickback in the pan, but that is nothing to be angry about. I feel as though any palette where there is like a really nice amount of pigment, you're gonna expect, you know, some kickback in the pan. When people are like, oh my god, look at how much kickback there is, or look how much fallout, pardon. What do you mean? Like, would you expect from a pigmented eyeshadow? When there's literally no pigment, and that's when like you've got this hard little square that like you dip your brush in, there's nothing coming off, there's nothing dropping out. Sis, I'd much prefer have a little bit of fallout and have a pigmented AF palette than some dry, dusty palette with no pigment. Sis is all about getting the pigment, you know? That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And I can already see that because I didn't set it with that translucent powder, it's really giving me a really nice colour payoff, sis. Oof, girl, I'm here for this. I am absolutely here for that. Frosty, which is like, it's like a bluish, it's like a royal blue mixed in with like a lilac-y purple. Not lilac-y, like a deep purple. It's a bluey purple, sis. I'm still trying to figure out in my mind whether I want to do like a full-on cut crease or not, because you guys know, if any of you guys follow me on the gram, you would know that literally a cut crease or a really thick liner is my, like everything, my holy grail. That is literally what I do all the freaking time. Do you know what? I remember when I used to use these palettes where literally there was no pigmentation whatsoever. It was literally just like, it would literally be like this hard little crusty little square, and I'd be really dabbing my brush in there. I'm talking a good like 2 years ago when I like started off in makeup and stuff. I'd be trying to dab my brush in there and literally nothing. Literally no pigmentation whatsoever. And I'd be like, why is my eyeshadow looking shit? Like why can I not do eyeshadow? Why can I not blend? Sis, they were not meant for blending, I'm telling you. I believe that there are some eyeshadow palettes placed on this earth that just weren't meant for blending. This is not one of them. This is a very good palette. So don't think I'm trying to throw any shade. Okay sis, so a little bit of Intense just to blend out those edges and to make sure that the green doesn't disappear, because that blue is really trying to snatch the wig, is trying to snatch the life, it's trying to snatch the past, the present, the future, and it is not on. So come back, greeny turquoise moment. I do, however, when I add some Eclipse in there, I'm just hoping that it doesn't like destroy everything, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So I'm really popping it on the outer V and then taking it further in like that. And it's really giving us a purple moment. Cool, now that that's all blended out, I'm gonna take a little bit of this black Spring, and I'm just hoping it's a nice pigmented black. Oh, it seems very pigmented when it hits that brush. Just popping that in the outer V. I'm literally just patting that down to really get that intense pigment. Cool, so this is what we are working with. I'm not gonna lie, so far, I don't really like the way the eye look is turning out, but it will all come together when we cut the crease. So I am going to use my white concealer. I usually use like a beige sort of colour, something quite a lot lighter than my skin tone, but not as light as this white. But hopefully it will give us a nice, clean, precise cut of the crease. I always have to go so much higher than my actual crease, simply because my eyes are quite hooded. I literally have so much upper eye space and very little lid space, which is, you know, it's cute or whatever. We're gonna go the pinky on the outside of the cut crease. There's nothing worse than having like a half cut crease and like it's so blunt where it ends. Like that's never what you want, like ever, like in a million years. Like sis, like okay, you know what I mean? Like you just want it to like blend out so seamlessly and just look so diffused and look like, oh my god, who blended that? So I'm gonna take, I think that the 3 shades, because I usually put 3 shades on a cut crease, I'm gonna use Satin on the outer part. I'm gonna use probably Utopia and Phantom in the middle, and then I'm gonna use Prismatic in the inner corners. Let's just see how this goes, girls, because this could be a flop. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I'm not a super fan of how this eye look came out, not because of the actual shadow, like the quality of these shadows are actually sickening, it's really good, but just the colours I used, I just don't really like the way the eye has come out looking. It looks very, like the colours just don't work. I'm just gonna try and go over the whole thing. Looks better, I think. I think that looks a lot better. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section, if you thought it looked better or if you hated it. So before we move on to skin, I'm just gonna clean up those edges. Anybody who knows me knows that that is my holy grail, and that's literally how I get an eye look so snatched. So let's get into this. So just to hydrate the skin a bit, we're going to be using a couple of products from BeOnMe. BeOnMe is a brand that have sent me quite a lot of their range. So we are going to start off with the Face Serum Hyaluronic Acid. And in case you did not know, hyaluronic acid is so good for adding moisture to the skin. So they reached out to me and they were like, oh, we want to send you some stuff. And so here we are, and I've been using this for a couple of days now, and I do really like some of their products. Now I'm using their face cream for sensitive skin. I'm going to use a little bit of this because I feel as though the face serum already gave me a nice amount of moisture. Lastly, before foundation, I'm going to use the Pro Base Cooling Spray from MUA. This one says you can use it on top of makeup or on its own, so I'm going to use it before my makeup. I've had cooling sprays before, and I will not lie to you, I'm not a fan of cooling sprays. I don't like the way it gives you that tingly feeling. It just feels as though it's a regular spray that they've just put a little bit of like tea tree in it or something like that. For foundation, I will not lie, I have been using a lot more foundation recently. Before I used to literally use one dollop and blend it out over the whole face, but recently I've been using like 3 or 4. Here we have Deep Dark 215 from Colourpop, which is their darkest shade. That's another thing I wanted to mention, guys. It's very interesting. I remember when I feel as though my skin's become a little bit more oily and less normal, because what would happen before is that literally the way I have my makeup in the morning, it will stay like that the whole day. It won't get oily. It will literally get a little bit of oil on the side of the nose, and that's literally it. Literally it. But now, I feel as though, oh girl, reveal that forehead, let her breathe, yes. We are looking hashtag snatch. Guys, it is now time for contour, so I'm going to use the contour stick in the shade Icon from Koyvoca. If any of you guys follow me on the gram, you would know that I already did a video on these contour sticks. They're absolutely stunning. Contour Icon is their darkest shade, and I think it's just a beautiful, beautiful, rich, deep, easily blendable shade. And I stopped using it simply because I feel as though my face is already so chiseled and structured. There is actually a lot of bone structure going on, so when I contour I can sometimes look like I need to eat. I can look very odd, basically, not very good. So I kind of stopped contouring, but I'm getting back into it simply because that whole sort of chiseled look I'm living for, actually. Now you're probably looking at me thinking, Yao, you look absolutely crazy, like you've used so much concealer, but this is the way of life. This is literally the way to be hashtag snatched, like for real, for real. And I'm hoping that the concealer is the only product I'm gonna have to use that isn't PR, but I just couldn't bear to part, you know, with my concealer. So, just gonna blend it all out, like so. But yeah, the concealer is strong with this one, baby girl. It is a strong! Perfect. So, now moving on to powder. I think it was a week or two ago, I went to a event called Shades of Beauty where they really support black owned businesses and stuff like that there. So they had a lot of like stalls there selling products and stuff like that and giving talks on how to build businesses and stuff like that. So it was a really nice event, the Shades of Beauty event, and there was a brand there called Jacque Mgido, Jacque space Mgido. Jacque Mgido. If I'm saying that right, I hope so. And this is the Velvet Touch Face Powder in the shade Mustard. They have loads of different shades. I took one that is darker. This is in the shade... this is in... I don't know what shade it is. But this is the darker one, and then this is the light one. I'm going to use this to highlight my face. I did compare it to my BeOnMe Sienna powder, which is what I usually use. And I'm not going to lie, it does look like it's going to be a little bit orange and a bit too rich on me. Yeah, that looks very orange, very orange. A bit too orange if you ask me, but I'm gonna try a bit on my chin first. And if it is too vibrant orange and rich on my skin tone, I am gonna have to mix it with a little bit of a lighter, fairer powder. Okay. It's not as smooth as I would like it to be. This is the one I usually use. It's more of like a, it's more neutral, can you see? It's more of a paler sort of colour, whereas this is a very rich orange shade. I think that where we went wrong is literally just the colour. Apart from that, it's a really nice powder, but just the colour was a bit off. So I am going to dip into my normal powder and I am going to use that under the eyes, because the under the eyes area is where you could get that creasing. And sis, we are not trying to crease. Do you see how that just complements my under eye area? So I am going to use their dark face powder. Oh, it looks very warm. Do you know what? It looks very warm. Can you guys see that? And it's blending out quite nicely into the upper shade. I think that generally their powders do have a lot of red in them, which is okay for a powder like this because we're using it more as a...
Wow.
We're using it more as like a bronzing sort of moment going on here, so it's not terrible. No, it's definitely a bit light. It's lighter than my ebony powder that I use from BeOnMe. Sorry if my hair's looking a bit crazy, but I just wanted to compare the two. So this is the one I just used, very red, a bit lighter as well, whereas this one, as you can see, it's just more of a neutral brown. I think that they do use a lot of red pigments in their products. So now to set my contoured areas, I'm going to take the Yemoja palette from OPV. I don't know if it's Yemoja or Yemoja. Either one will do the job. It's this one here and this one here. Literally just dip into those two. Contour. What I've been doing recently is using a liquid or a cream as a base and then setting it with powder to get a nice intense blended highlight. So this is the Liquid Gold from OPV. Then I've just got to be careful that I'm not moving my makeup, you know. So I like to dab it very lightly. Now to go on top of that, I'm going to take the Colourpop In-Nude-Endo, Fine Line and Losing Sleep. So I think I'm going to use Losing Sleep. That's the one that really seems to be calling my name. I don't think it's got as much shimmer that I would like. It's more of like a dry shimmer, does that make sense? It's more like a dry highlighter than a wet looking highlighter. It has more of a dry look to it. Perfect, we are highlighted. Perfect, so now we are highlighted. I'm gonna go and extend my inner corners. I'm gonna use the white eyeliner from Stargazer. I would usually use a gold in my inner corners, but because of the colour scheme of the eyeshadow look, we still want it to look very nice and pronounced, but we want it to match the colour scheme. So we're almost done, but I'm gonna highlight my top lip. So I'm gonna take a mixture of these two shades to do that. Just gonna rub my finger in there like I would usually do, and just boom. I want to do something a little bit more neutral, which is really odd for me, like Mother Yao in neutral. Could you imagine? But we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna use this shade from Revolution. This is in the shade Exposed. It's like a nudie sort of shade. Sometimes I find that I do really struggle to go for something that looks quote unquote normal. And I hope it looks cute. I hope you guys are living for it. Let me know in the comment section if you actually like this colour, or if you would have preferred to see something that more matches the eye look. Well, this is this, and now we are going to set the face. Batch. So to set my face, I am going to use the Colourpop All Star setting spray. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. So much came out. I'm just hoping my face doesn't drip. It smells beautiful, but I'm scared. A little bit over there, okay, I did it. Oh my god, it's like a jet. It's like a water jet. Colourpop. But we are looking okay. We're not looking too bad. So I'm just going to fix up my hair. Then we're going to do, you know those slow-mo shots where you're like, and you're like. So that concludes this video. This is the official look. I hope you are living for it. I hope you are resurrecting. I hope your edges are gone, confiscated, snatched, never coming back. And I hope you got everything you need and more. If you're not already a part of the family, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can join the family, so you can see my weekly uploads. But in order to see the weekly uploads, you also need to hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload. Do you know what I mean? So get into the tea, sis. Hit that like button if you enjoyed watching this video. And do not forget to leave a comment. You can say what you want to see in the next video, what you liked from this video, if you found something funny, cute, nice, blended, whatever you think. And do not forget, again, we are still doing Mother Monday, so make sure to send me your emails on any dilemmas you may have, because this is going to be a weekly thing we are going to be doing, and I can't wait to see you in the next video, guys. So mwah, bye.